Hello students, this is your Mahesh sir. I hope you are all healthy and happy. Be always healthy and happy. So the thing is, today onwards I will teach another one chapter called as Principle of Mathematical Induction. In this chapter, we will verify the given statements are true or false. The thing is, in this case, using this principle, we will prove the statements. Means statements are he will give. Already we have lot of statements in mathematics. Using those statements, we are proving it. Some specific form to general form. Means we can prove in two ways. One is a general form to specific form. Specific form is nothing but particular form. Another one, particular form to general form. In this chapter, we are proving particular form to general form. When we are proving particular to general, that is considered as what? Inductive reasoning. In maths, we are saying when we are proving what? If it is particular case to general form, in that case we are saying it is what? Inductive reasoning. Means in mathematics we have two reasonings. One is inductive reasoning, another one is deductive reasoning. When we are calling deductive reasoning, if you are converting general to specific, means that when you are converting general form to particular form, means when we are saying particular, we know that some particular value. So here in this chapter we will deal what? Inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is what? We are converting, we are proving specific or particular form to what? General form. Another one is deductive reasoning, that is general form to particular form. That is not, we are not taking here. What we are taking here? Inductive. We are not taking deductive. That deductive we will take in the mathematical reasoning, that we will see later. That is not in the syllabus. Now we are proving what? We are verifying the given statements, particular form to general form. So here we are saying what? The chapter name itself is considered as what? Principle of what? Principle of mathematical induction. What is the induction? I think you have done in the physics case induction, electromagnetic induction. What it is? Electromagnetic induction is nothing but generally I can say in mathematical form we are converting one form to another form. Induction is what? We are converting one form to another form. Means in the physics you are converting electric charge to magnetic charge. You are saying electromagnetic induction. So here what? Induction is nothing but here principle of mathematical. We have one principle. Using that principle we are converting particular form to general form. That is another one form is nothing but an induction. In physics you are saying electric magnet, means electric charge to, you are converting what? Magnetic form, magnetic charge, that is electromagnetic induction. Induction is what? It is a conversion one form to another new form. Here we are taking principle of mathematical induction. What we are doing? Using this principle we will convert particular form to general form. That is, we are verifying one of the procedure using specific to generalization. That is, we are saying principle of mathematical induction. Shortly we can say, or you can say abbreviated form of this is we are calling PMI. What is nothing but PMI? PMI is nothing but principle of mathematical induction. Shortly you can say PMI. Don't say Prime Minister of India. It is not Prime Minister of India. It is what? It is a principle of mathematical induction. We have one principle. Using that principle, we will prove particular case to general form. We will see what it is exactly, what I am talking about. One thing, I have one statement. Prove that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2 for all n belongs to natural number. The thing is, say, here I have one mathematical statement, that is sum of the natural number. Can I say sum of the natural number? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n. So we are saying sum of the natural number is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2. What it is? This is the Sn of this. Means Sn is equal, means LHS is equal to, you have n into n plus 1 divided by 2 means it is sum of the n term of this natural number. What it is? N into n plus 1 divided by 2. If you are taking n is equal to 1, you will get first term, means you will get first sum of the first term. If you are taking n is equal to 2, you will get sum of the first two terms. I think you had an AP in the 10th standard. Using arithmetic progression, you are finding what? Sum of the terms. You can say sum of the natural number here. Using this form, this result, we can say sum of the natural number. If you are taking n is equal to 1, sum of the first term. N is equal to 2, sum of the two terms. N is equal to 3, sum of the three terms. This is what a sum of the n numbers. Sum of the n numbers. What it is? Sn is, sum of the natural number is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. So instead of adding numbers, we can use this formula. Using this formula, if you are adding 50 numbers, you can say 50 into 50 plus 1 divided by 2, you will get a first 50 natural number addition. Means sum of the first 50 number you can find out. The thing is, here he is asking that prove that this given statement using natural number, means he is asking that is it true given LHS and RHS. So if you want to say this is true, I need to say using principle of mathematical induction, I will prove this. Means we will take some particular case. I said in the case of beginning, principle of mathematical induction is what? It's a induction is a procedure. We are converting in the case of inductive particular case to generalization. Means because we have n is a natural number, so we don't know how many numbers. We know natural numbers are infinitely so many. It may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. I can't say some particular number. For that reason, we will verify one by one. So I will take some little bit procedure. You follow this. According to this procedure, I will tell you how to prove using this principle. Means what exactly this principle is saying. Means using this principle, is it possible to prove this given statement is true for all natural numbers? Otherwise, we will get some technique. In mathematics, when we are proving, if it is not possible to prove using all the numbers, we will have definitely one particular technique that I can say that technique is here principle of mathematical induction. The thing is, I will prove one by one. I am saying here 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Here it is what a sum of the n numbers. There we have n into n plus 1 divided by 2. That result is what a sum of the n terms of the given natural number. The thing is, in this case, I can say that when n is equal to 1, when I will say n is equal to 1 means first term, means n is equal to 1 means this is n into n is a 1 into 1 plus 1 divided by 2. Here the thing is n is 1 first term, means I can say LHS is what? LHS is equal to 1. What is RHS? RHS is equal to wherever you have n, you put n is equal to 1. So wherever n is there, you substitute n is a 1. 1 plus 1, you can say 1 into 1 plus 1 divided by 2. What happened? 1 into 1 plus is a 2 divided by 2. 2 to cancel. What happened? 1. Is it LHS is equal to RHS? Means what happened? This given statement is true for n is equal to 1. Okay. When the given statement is true for n is equal to 1, is it possible to prove for n is equal to 2? Definitely we will see that also. N is equal to 2. When I am saying n is equal to 2, LHS. LHS is what? N is equal to 2 means sum of the two terms. Sum of the two terms. So what is 1 plus 2? I can say 3. It is not second term. Keep in mind, It is not second term when I am taking n is equal to 2, because this is sum of the n terms. For that reason n is equal to 2 means sum of these two terms, means first term is 1, second term is 2, addition of this will give a 3, means RHS I will prove. RHS is equal to, what happen, n is what I am taking 2, n is 2, n is 2, 2 plus 1, what happens, see 2 to cancel, what happened, 3. Is it LHS is 3, RHS is 3? Yes, it is proved. Means n is equal to 1 is true, and also n is equal to 2 is true. Can I prove for n is equal to 3? Yes, I will go for n is equal to 3. When n is equal to 3, I can say sum of the how many terms? 3 terms. Sum of the 3 terms. 1 plus 2 plus 3. How much? LHS is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3. What happened? 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6. What is the RHS? RHS is equal to, we are saying n is a 3. 3 means 3 into 3 plus 1. What happened? Divided by, is equal to 3 into 4 divided by 2. What happened? 2 2s. What happened? It is 3 into 2, 6. Is it LHS is equal to 6? Again, RHS is equal to 6. What happened? Yes, here also LHS is equal to RHS. Means that this given statement is true for n is equal to 1, and also the given statement is true for n is equal to 2, and also this given statement is n is equal to, it is true for n is equal to 3 also. Means that this given statement is true for n is equal to 4 also. I will say when the statement is true for 1, it is true for 2 also. When 2, it is true, when in that case it is true for n is equal to 3 also. When the statement is true for n is equal to 3, definitely this statement will true for n is equal to 4, 5, 6, 7. How many numbers you will take? That is a problem, because means we are saying n is a natural number. When you are saying n is a natural number, the problem is we have infinitely many natural numbers. So instead of doing these all the numbers, I will take one general form. Means try to prove this problem is true for 2 consecutive numbers. Meaning is what? When the statement is true for n is equal to 1, you are saying n is equal to 2 also true. When n is equal to 2 is true, you are saying n is equal to 3 is true. When n is equal to 3 is true, we are saying n is equal to 4 is true. When we are saying n is equal to 4 is true, we are saying n is equal to 5 is true. Means when we are forming chain rule, means when it is true for 2 consecutive numbers, means I can say it may be any number. If it is, I am saying k and k plus 1 are 2 consecutive numbers. Definitely if n is true for, when I can say n is true, means n may be any, I can say k is one particular number, k plus 1 is the next consecutive number, k is a one number, k plus 1 is a next consecutive number. I can say if the statement is true for k, definitely this statement is true for k plus 1. Meaning is what? If k is 1, k plus 1 will become 2. Means it is true for 1 and 2. If k is true, if it is true for 2, definitely it is true for 3. I said here 1 is true, 2 is true, 2 is true, 3 is true. If k is 3 is true, I can say 4 is true. What happening? It will become so on. Means the problem is what happening? Here also true, here also true, it is here also true. Means what happening here? It is happening infinitely. This problem is becoming true for all the natural numbers. Means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so on. Instead of saying that some particular number, I can say k plus 1. If the given any mathematical statement is true for n is equal to 1, it is a particular case. Using that number, we are verifying is it LHS, RHS are equal. When it is true for n is equal to 1, definitely it is true for 2, 3. Those particular case you will get LHS and RHS values are equal only. The thing is, instead of doing so, like instead of doing all the particular number, I will say some particular number, or you can say some particular positive integer k. When the statement is true for k, definitely that statement is true for k plus 1. In that case, we are concluding that the given statement is true for 2 consecutive numbers. 2 consecutive. Which consecutive? We don't know. That we are saying k into k plus 1. What it means? generally the given statement is true for all natural numbers, because we proved first natural number is 1, then later it is taking chain wise. 1 is true, 2 is true, 2 is true, 3 is true. Instead of doing that, k is true, k plus 1 is true. Therefore I can say the given statement is true for all natural number. What I said, this procedure itself is considered as what? Principle of mathematical induction. Using this principle of mathematical induction, we have to prove the given statements are true. What in the case of k? Nothing. You have n place you have to replace k. Everything will be same, only the case is n will become a k. Wherever the given statement is in this given format, I will keep it is k form, means I will get so on k plus 1, this divided by 2. Means in the case of k plus 1, try to prove n place is a k plus 1, n place is a k plus 1. Means wherever the given format, whenever it is given one particular format, try to show that n is a k in the place of n. In the last case you prove, in the case of n, k plus 1. If the statement is as usual, taking k and k plus 1, in that case you decide the statement is true for all natural numbers. So before going to solve the problem, this is I took roughly, before going to taking problem, I will write its principle. Using this principle, we will prove one by one problems. Okay, the thing is, this is the procedure. I can say when the statement is true for n is equal to 1, this statement will true for 2, 3 and so on numbers. Instead of saying some particular number, I will say k. If the statement is true for k, definitely it is true for next number, that is I can say k plus 1. When k is some particular number, k plus 1 is its consecutive number. Therefore I can say the given statement is true for all natural number. So okay, this is some roughly I took. This is introduction. So I will take its principle. I will write specific form. I will give you specific rule of this. According to that rule, we will solve one by one. So this is a chapter carries 5 marks. This chapter has a 5 marks chapter. 5 marks. In the 5 marks, so you will get only one question, that is 5 marks question itself. In this chapter, I will solve nearly 15 to 20 problems. In the annual exam, you will get one 5 marks question. In upcoming test, you will get 3 to 4 questions. Each carry 5 marks. Okay. So in this chapter, we are not giving any notes. I am solving 15 to 20 problem. Every case, every time you have to copy the problems, because it is a mathematical thing. It is not here, there is no definition, there is no types, nothing here. Only the thing is problem, and only on the basis of one particular principle. I will write this principle, copy this principle and follow this principle. Using this principle only, we will solve every problem in this chapter. So you have to copy every problem compulsory, because we are not providing any hard copy. We will solve in the class. You have to follow and you have to copy it and practice. You will get these problems in the exam. Okay. Now I will write principle of mathematical induction. Its statement. We are saying principle of mathematical induction. I can say PMI statement. What is PMI statement here? PMI is what? A principle of mathematical induction. PMI statement. What is the PMI statement here? I will write it. What this PMI statement? Principle of mathematical induction statement. Suppose there is a given statement. Listen to me. Suppose there is a given statement P of n. Means in mathematics, whatever the statements, we are denoting what? P of n. P of n is nothing but any given statement involving natural involving natural number n such that first one, the statement is true for n is equal to 1. Listen to me. Suppose there is a given statement. In mathematics, we will give us some statements. That statement is considered as what? P of n. P of n is what? Always statements are considered as a P of n. Means while writing problems, I will say statement itself is considered as a P of n. Involving natural numbers. These problems are proof for only natural numbers. N such that the statement is true for n is equal to 1. Means what? N place we replaced 1. Means n is a 1 means when the given statement is true for n is equal to 1, I can say that is what happened? P of 1 is true. Yeah, P of 1 is true. Listen to me. What happening? P of 1 is true because n I replaced 1. When the given statement is true for n is equal to 1, I can say P of 1 is true. Second one. If the statement is true, if the statement is true for n is equal to k, I said roughly when the given statement is true for n is equal to 1 is a one particular number, it is a specific case. Using this, I can't say n is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, I said because instead of doing all, that is a very lengthy and it is not possible to end also. For that reason, we will say some particular number, n is equal to k. What is k? Where k may be any positive integer. What is a k? Where k is any natural number. Any natural number, or you can say any positive integer. Where k is what? Any natural number. Then I can say if the statement is true for n is equal to k, then the given statement is also true for n is equal to k plus 1. Listen to me. This is a very clear. This is the induction method. This is the main thing. When the given statement is true for n is equal to k, I can say that then the given statement is also true for n is equal to k plus 1. What happening? When k is true, k plus 1 is true, means that k is one number, k plus 1 is next consecutive number. I can say this given statement is true for two consecutive numbers. What those? It may be k plus 1, means I can say this given statement is true for two consecutive number. If it is true for 1, it is true for 2. K is 2, it is 3. This is k is 4. Suppose k is 4, this will become 5. If k is 5, this will become 6. Means when the statement is true for k and k plus 1, this statement is true for two consecutive numbers. I can say that is when the statement is true for n is equal to k, I said when the statement is true for n is equal to 1, P of 1 is true. Here n is equal to k, means that P of k is true. P of k is true. When P of k is true, it implies that I can say P of k plus 1 is also true. Are you getting? This is the thing. When the statement is true for P of k, definitely this statement is true for P of k plus 1 is also true. Then I can say hence, this I can say conclusion also. Hence the given statement is true for all n belongs to capital N. What happened? This is a mathematical I wrote. For all n belongs to capital N means for all natural number. Means I can say the given statements, hence the given statement is true for all natural numbers. The thing is, according to this, when the given statement is true for n is equal to 1, we are saying the statement is true for n is equal to k. Instead of doing some particular number, I can say one particular number, it is generally k. Means particular case to general form we are taking. If the statement is true for k, the statement is also true for k plus 1. When the statement is true for two consecutive number, then I can say that p of k is true, p of k plus 1 is true. Following these three steps, I can say that hence the given statement is true for all natural numbers. This is a procedure, or you can say this is the step involving natural numbers. Using this procedure, using this principle, we have to verify the given statements are true or false. But in this case, every given statement is correct only. Using this principle, we will prove the given problem, particular case to general form, using principle of mathematical induction. This is the principle, or you can say this is the PMI statement. So you have to copy. Write down once. Suppose there is a given statement, means that you have to copy now. P of n may be any statement. I will take one by one. I am taking 20 problems here. Every problem is considered as a statement, that is considered as a P of n, involving natural numbers n such that, what is a, I will take step 1. The statement is true for n is equal to 1. I will say put n is equal to 1. I will take a problem. Using first problem, you have to follow its procedure, or also you can say algorithm of the problem. Using that first problem, we will follow consecutive problems. Means we will follow the same procedure for every problem. When n is equal to 1 is true, I will go for step 2. In the case of step 2, I will prove n is equal to k. In the case of step 2, if it is true for n is equal to k, I will go for another one step, put n is equal to k plus 1. In the case of third, if it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, then I will say the given statement is true for all the natural number. This is the procedure. So you have to copy this. As I said, previous procedure, that is considered as a principle of mathematical induction. Using that principle of mathematical induction, we have to prove 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2 for all n belongs to capital N. Means that this given statement you have to prove for all natural number. Means the given statement is true for all natural number. To prove this, I will follow the procedure. What is the procedure? I will say 3 steps here. Step 1, I will take n is equal to 1. Step 2, I will take n is equal to k. Step 3, I will take n is equal to k plus 1. Third step is a induction step. I can say this is the main step. Using that step, you have to conclude the given statement is true for all natural number. Keep in mind, this is a similarity for all the problem. This what I am taking procedure for first problem, I will take same procedure for all the problems. Nothing is here. So the thing is, you have to follow correctly. So this statement, this first problem itself, I am saying this is a first problem, as well as it is, I can say it is algorithm of the solving problem. Means the thing is, we are solving as usual, but this problem will give a procedure to solve the problems. Following this same procedure, we will follow every time. We will solve every time. The thing is, now I said in the case of principle of mathematical statement, I said PMI method. Any given statement is considered as what? A P of n. Means I will solve it. How? See, solution. Keep in mind, in this case, this first problem, I will tell you what exactly procedure we are following. I will say whatever the given statement, I will say let P of n be the given statement. This is a fix. Till to complete this chapter, I will say every time the given statement is a P of n. Means I can say let P of n be the given statement. What this? Listen to me. Given statement. Given statement. What is a P of n? Listen to me. P of n, I will say this. This you say colon, don't take equal sign. P of n be the given statement. What given statement? This one. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus n is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Listen to me. N into n plus 1 divided by 2. Using this statement, we will prove. I said using 3 statements, 3 steps. I said n is equal to 1, n is equal to k, n is equal to k plus 1. I will prove. Statement means I can say step 1. What is the step 1? Put n is equal to 1. Means n is equal to 1 is nothing but this. I said LHS side is always what? Sum of the n natural numbers. Means I am taking n is equal to 1 means it is a sum of the first natural number. What is the first natural number? LHS is equal to whatever first number you take this 1. If first number itself is a 2, you take 2. If first number itself is a 3, you take 3. Means whatever you have first number, that number you have to take. Here what is the first number? First number is 1. I can say LHS is equal to 1. What is RHS? RHS is this one. And RHS is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2. But what we are taking n? N is nothing but we are taking 1. 1 into 1 plus 1 divided by 2. What happened? 1 into 2. Because 1 plus 1 is 2 divided by 2. 2 to cancel. What remains? 1 only. What happened? LHS is equal to RHS. No? LHS is equal to RHS. Means that we proved in the mathematics, when we are saying LHS is equal to RHS, we will say the given statement is true. Means I can say that this statement is true for which number? N is equal to 1. N is equal to 1 means what happened here? P of 1 is true. Can I say? P of 1 is true. P of 1 is true. Yes. P of n1 is true, because when we are substituting n is equal to 1, we are saying n is a 1. N is replaced by 1. P of 1 is true. Step 2. Step 2. In this case, put n is equal to, instead of doing all, I think I said in the rough case, n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 1 is true, 2 is true, 3 is true, 4 is true. If n is equal to 2, if you are taking 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. Here substitute 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 to get cancelled. 3 is equal to 3, will get it. So it is not necessary to prove for remaining all particular numbers. Better you can say one particular number, that is I can say n is equal to k. K may be any positive integer or you can say any natural number. It may be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I am taking n is a 2, someone will ask, take sir 3. Someone will ask, sir, instead of taking that number, my number is favorite 4, you take 4. So instead of doing those all hurry, or you can say better, instead of doing the particular numbers, you can say some k. K may be any number, you can take any one. You can take k, maybe you can assume 3, you can assume 4, you can assume 5, whatever you can assume. N is what? K. When n is k, what happening? I can say P of n. P of n will become P of k. Means I will add this. Means I can say P of 1, what happening? P of k. Wherever n is there, you replace n is a k. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on. What is the n? N is becoming k. Yes. Is equal to. What is the n? N we are replacing what? K. K plus 1 divided by 2. What happened? Nothing. P of n becomes P of k. These two statements are as usual. There is no difference. Only the difference is what? N is replaced by k. Only the thing is what? It is like color changed. N color is becoming k color. Both are same format. Both are looking same. Only the color is different. Like n is replaced by k. Everything is same. Means this mathematical thing is also equal to this mathematical thing, because n is replaced by k, means that it implies that I can say this is also true. Means P of k is true. P of k is true. What happened? P of k is true. This statement is true for n is equal to k, because we are saying what happening in the case of n is k. So I said step 1, step 2 is easy. In this case, you can prove n is equal to 1 and n is equal to k, no problem. But I said in the statement, when the statement is true for n is equal to k, we have to prove for n is equal to k plus 1. Means we will take one extra term. I have n term. If n term is becoming k term, if you want to prove that k plus 1 term, I need one extra term, because we have how many terms? K terms. This is what? Sum of the k numbers. When this is sum of the k numbers, k plus 1 is what? Some extra term. That term you have to add. When this is true for k terms, I need to prove for k plus 1 term. Keep in mind, when we are proved k terms, if you want to prove k plus 1 term you have to add with this equation. I will say it is always, I will call it is equation 1. Using this second step, using help of this equation, I will prove step 3. If you want to prove step 3, I will use always this equation 1. So means if it has k terms, I need to prove for k plus 1 term, because we are saying k plus 1 is a more than k, means it is next consecutive term of k. Using this, I will prove k plus 1. Means I will say here step 3. Listen to me. Step 3 is what? We have to prove p of k plus 1 is true. We have to prove what? To prove p of k plus 1 is true. Listen to me. When I am saying n is equal to 1, p of 1 is true, means n is replaced by 1. When I am saying n is k, put n is equal to k, means I replaced n is a k, means put n is equal to k, means p of k is true. To prove p of k plus 1 is true, means what I replaced n? N is replaced by k plus 1. Means instead of saying put n is equal to k plus 1, I said to prove p of k plus 1 is true, I will say that n is equal to k plus 1. But problem is what? We have k terms, we need to get k plus 1 term. For that reason, I will add one term. That term is depend upon this last term. Here we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on n. Means I am taking n is what here? N is a k plus 1, means I need to add k plus 1 on both the side. If n is a n square here, if it is square of the natural number, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, so on n square, I will replace n is what? K plus 1, means k plus 1 whole square I will add both the side. Whatever you have, if it is n cube, if it is n cube, I will replace n is a k plus 1, means we have to add its same format. If it is n is a k plus 1 whole cube I will add. But this problem I don't have square and cube, I have only n. If it is n, I will replace n is a k plus 1, I will add k plus 1 and both the side. If it has n is a n square, I will add k plus 1, means I will take n is a k plus 1, I will add k plus 1 whole square. In the case of consecutive problems, you will come to know. First you follow this now. To prove that p of k plus 1 is true, we have to add what is here? N. This is c. What I have? Their last term is n. Means n is replaced what? K plus 1. And I am replacing n is k plus 1. What we have to add? This term. If it is n square, k plus 1 whole square. N cube, k plus 1 whole cube. Only the thing is, what I am going to say here, only the thing is what you have last term, that you replace n is a k plus 1. Whatever you will get simplified form of that you have to add. Here n is what we are adding, k plus 1. Means we have to add, we are replacing n. Means n is what we are replacing, k plus 1. K plus 1 on both the, on both bs. Bs means both the side of equation 1. Both the side of equation 1. Keep in mind, always we are adding this term with previous step. Means that is what? P of k plus 1. What we are replacing? N is a P of k plus 1. Listen to me. Now, n is replaced by k plus 1. But we are adding this term with this step. What we have? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus k. Listen to me. We are adding, we have k. What we are adding? K plus 1 term on both the side of equation 1. Both the side of equation means k. I need to add what? K plus 1. Why we are adding? We need to prove k plus 1 terms. Yes, I added is equal to what we have already? K into k plus 1. divided by 2. What we are adding? K plus 1. Because of the thing is CA. What we have this thing? What we have? This value is always now K plus 1 only. This only. What we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on K. This addition value is what? K into K plus 1 divided by 2. So when I added means I replaced its value. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on plus K. Its value is what? Always this K into K plus 1 divided by 2 only. K into K plus 1 divided by 2. K plus 1 is extra. I added both the side what? K plus 1 extra term. Means LHS it can keep as it is. This is a long form that you have to simplify and try to prove where n you have to replace and you have to prove n place is a K plus 1. Means I will keep this as it is. I will keep as it is this. Means this you have to prove. Means I will write here. Yes. Now K into K plus 1 divided by 2 plus what we have K plus 1. What is the LCM? There is no, means it is 1. What is the LCM? LCM is 2. Means can I write here? Instead of writing there, I can write here. What we have? K into, what is the LCM? K into K plus 1 plus, LCM is 2. Means I can multiply with 2. This I can multiply. Means 2 into K plus 1 divided by, this is a 2. I can multiply 2 into 1. This is a 2. Means LCM, or you can say cross multiply. This you can multiply like 2 into K plus 1, or you can take LCM is a 2. So means what is a common here? Numerator K plus 1, K plus 1. What common here? K plus 1 is common. When K plus 1 is common, when I took K plus 1 outside, common. When K plus 1 outside, what remains? K plus 2. What happened? K plus 2 divided by 2. Means can I write K plus 1 into K plus 2. So I am saying we are proving n is a K plus 1. N is replaced by K plus 1. I need K plus 1. N is what? We are taking K plus 1. Means we have to prove n is K plus 1 plus 1. Means what we have? K plus 2. Can I write K plus 2 can be written as 1 plus 1. Means I can write K plus 2 can be written as 1 plus 1 divided by 2 always. This 2 can be written as 1 plus 1. Means I can say that this is now is true. N is what? N is K plus 1. What is the N? N is K plus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. Is it like n into n plus 1 divided by 2? So means we proved in the case of K plus 1, we replaced every n is a K plus 1 into K plus 1 divided by 2. Means we proved this statement. It implies that I can say P of K plus 1 is true. P of K plus 1 is true. Therefore, the given statement is true for all natural numbers, because the statement is true for n is equal to 1 and the statement is true for n is equal to k, and this statement is also true for n is equal to k plus 1. For that reason I can say hence the given statement is true for all natural numbers. Listen to me. So once again I will explain this conclusion later. You can write hence the given statement is true for all natural number. I will write it. Now the given statement I said according to PMI, let the given statement P of n be the given statement. I wrote this. P of n is a statement I considered n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Once again you see, put n is equal to 1. In the case of n is equal to 1, first term you have to take, first case you have to take first term compulsory. N is equal to 1, LHS is a 1. Whatever you have first term that you can take. And RHS you substitute n is a 1. 1 into 1 plus 1 divided by 2 means 2 to get cancelled 1. LHS is equal to RHS. P of 1 is true. Then step 2, put n is equal to k. Means wherever n is there you replace k. Means I replaced n is a k here. K comes into n is a k plus 1 divided by 2. So P of k is true. This is as usual same, only the thing is n is replaced by k. Nothing, you can replace any number. You can replace k is a m, whatever you can. Now to prove P of k plus 1 is true, means when I said P of k is true, the given statement is true for k plus 1 also. For that reason you have to add one term, because we have k terms. If you want to prove for k plus 1, you have to take k plus 1 terms. Nothing, n is there here, means this is the last term, n can be replaced by k plus 1, means you have to add one term, because k terms, n terms and k terms are equal. If you want to say k plus 1 or n plus 1 term you have to extra. You have to take one extra. This k plus 1 I added for the equation 1. This I kept as it is, k plus 1, taking LCM, k plus 1 I took outside, common, remains k plus 2. If you want to prove like n into n plus 1 divided by 2, if you want to show it is like n into n plus 1, so n is a k plus 1, plus 2 can be written as 1 plus 1. 2 can be written as 1 plus 1. Why we are writing? If you want to show this n into n plus 1 form, so I am saying k plus 1 bracket of k plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 only. K plus 2 is enough, but we have to express if it is in the given form. So k plus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. So that I said n. So this you can say as it is, k plus 1, and this you can say k plus 1 plus 1, then P of k plus 1 is true. So last you have to write, hence the last case, this is complete, no? This you have to copy. Last case you write, last you can, hence, that I am continuing, means what happened? If this can be written as k plus 1, n is a k plus 1 plus 2. Plus 2 can be written as 1 plus 1 divided by 2. I shown this is nothing but n, this is nothing but n into n plus 1. So it implies that I can say that this is a true for, that I said P of k plus 1 is true. Hence the given statement is true for all natural numbers. Or instead of writing this, you can say for all n belongs to capital N. This is the conclusion of this step. Okay, this is the last. So this is the same procedure for every time. We are solving same. Copy this problem, and this first step, second step I think you can copy. Third step you can copy correct, and then you can conclude it. Hence the given statement is true for all natural number, because it is true for 1, k and k plus 1. Now second problem. For all n is greater than or equal to 1, means that it is nothing but for all natural number. Prove that 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus so on plus n square, means it is I can say sum of the square of the natural number, is equal to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. This statement is true for all natural numbers, he said. So we have to prove this problem using PMI. Means as usual in the previous problem what I had done in the case step 1, step 2, step 3, we will follow every time same. Means using n is equal to 1, n is equal to k, n is equal to k plus 1. If the given statement is true for n is equal to 1 as well as k plus 1, then you can say that the statement is true for all natural number. One thing, if n is equal to 1, what you will get first term? See, 1 square. First term is 1 square. 1 square is what? 1 only. Means when I am taking n is equal to 1, 1 only. Means before going to before solving this problem, you should know what you will get in the first term, what you will get in the second step, you can say second step, what you will get in the third step. Means first step I will get 1 square is 1. There you have to get 1 only. Means I can say LHS is equal to RHS. In the case of second step, what I will get? Only the thing is we are replacing n is a k. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, so on, k square. N is a k plus 1, 2k plus 1 divided by 6, nothing. Before solving this problem, you should know all the things. Means k into k plus 1, 2k plus 1 divided by 6 is the second step. What is the third step? In the case of third step, we have to prove n is a k plus 1. Means n is k plus 1 means what we need to prove in the last case, I can say this RHS will become n. N is a k plus 1. Here n is a k plus 1. Plus 1 is there here. Yes. Means this one is like n. And then 2 into k plus 1 plus 1 divided by 6. We need to prove this. It is like n is this k plus 1. n is k plus 1. 2n is like 2k plus 1 means 2 into k plus 1 divided by 6. Means before going to solve this problem, you should know what you will get in the last step. That is nothing. Wherever n is there, you have to replace k plus 1. Means that don't prove like, don't replace all n is a k plus 1, don't say it is a proved. Means don't say hence the problem is proved. This is the procedure. Using that procedure you have to prove. I am telling what here. You should know what is the required result. That is the main. So don't be like instead of doing all the procedure, don't say n is a k plus 1, so replacing everything it is proved. So it is not like. The thing is only whatever you have that you will prove in that form. N is k plus 1, n is k plus 1, n is k plus 1. So wherever you are saying n is k plus 1, then you can say this problem is proved. The now procedure is what? I will prove one by one. I will prove, solve it. Second problem, I am solving now. Solution. So you have to write down, don't replace it like, let P of n be the given statement. Listen to me. What happened? Whatever it is given, we are saying first statement. I said first problem itself is it is algorithm of the problem, or you can say it is a procedure of the problem. Every problem we are following same procedure. I have this. I can say it is what? P of n. Okay, this is a P of n with a given statement. Step 1. Put n is equal to 1. What happened? P of n is 1. This replaced. P of n is a 1. Means what is the LHS? LHS is equal to what I have 1 square. First term is what? 1 square. 1 square is what? 1 only. And RHS. RHS is equal to, listen to me, I have n into n plus 1. This RHS right hand side. 2 into n plus 1. What we are substituting n is a 1. 1 plus 1. 2 into 1 plus 1 divided by 6. Listen here. 1. This is 2. 2 into 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3 divided by 6. This I can say 3 ones are 3 twos are. This 2 cancel. What happened? Remains 1 only. What happened? LHS is equal to RHS. LHS is equal to RHS. Means what happened? P of 1 is true. P of 1 is true. So within seconds you can, within 30 seconds you can complete first step. There is no difficulty in the first step. You can prove easily. So n is replaced. This means when I am taking n is 1, first term is 1 square. 1 square is what? 1 only. P of n. This I can say P of n with the given statement. This I can say P of n. 1 square, so on that. Means this is first step is proved. Second step, I will prove one by one. Step 2. What is step 2? We are putting n is equal to k. Put n is equal to k. Listen to me. N is what happening? K. Take colon. This is a double dot. Colon. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square plus so on. N square. N is what? N is replaced by k square is equal to n is what? K into k plus 1. K into k plus 1. 2k plus 1 divided by 6. Call it is equation 1 always. Call it is equation 1 always. 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus so on is equal to k into k plus 1, 2k plus 1 divided by 6. This is a, as usual, there is no difference. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. So on n square, n is replaced by k square. I am taking one dummy variable. I can say some any variable. N is a k square. N k plus 1. N plus 1 is a k plus 1. 2n plus 1 2k plus 1 divided by 6. Everything is same. Everything is same. Only variable is different. In the case of mathematics, if variable is different, it is not different problem. It is the same problem. Everything will give us same value. So that this I can say it is same as this given, means P of k is true. P of k is true. When P of k is true, we have to prove step 3. Step 3 is the main thing. Using that step, I will conclude this given statement is true. So step 3 I will go for. Step 3. Step 3 what? To prove P of k plus 1 is true, means n is replaced by k plus 1. To prove P of k plus 1 is true. If you want to prove this, we have to add one term. That term is what? Depend upon this last term, n square. Means n is what replacing? N is replacing k plus 1. Means what is the last term? I will say n square. N square is last term, means what is n? N we are taking k plus 1. So square, this is also square. Means addition term is what? This k plus 1. Depend upon this last term. If it is n square, n square. If it is n cube, n cube. If it is n, n. So n is replaced by k plus 1. So square, this is also square, means addition term is what? K plus 1 on both the sides. To prove P of k plus 1 is true, we have to add k plus 1 square on both the side of equation 1. On both the side of equation 1. Now it implies that what I will write? P of k plus 1. What is our equation 1? 1 square, 2 square, 3 square plus 1. Already we have k square. Means one term we are adding both the side. Which term? That is k plus 1 square on both the side. I will add here k plus 1 square. This is LHS side. What is RHS side? Already have k plus 1. Listen to me. 2k plus 1 divided by 6. What we are adding both the side? K plus 1 whole square on both the side. Listen to me. K plus 1 whole square. This I added. K plus 1 whole square. I added RHS side, right side also. And this left side also. This value is replaced by k into k plus 1 to k plus 1 divided by 6. This is a value of sum of the square of the k natural numbers. This I added. So now the thing, you have to prove this RHS side. This you can keep as it is. Using this RHS side, you have to prove the required term. So I will prove that here in this case. So first you have to copy this up to there. Or you can take screenshot. If you are watching through mobile, you can take screenshot and then you can continue. This is true, no? Yes. Now, I will rub this. What we have to prove? Now I will continue here because there is no space. So I will write here. Yes. That I will write k into k plus 1, 2k plus 1, 2k plus 1 plus, can I say LCM is a 6 divided by 1. 6 is a LCM, means 6 I will multiply here. 6 is I will multiply 6 into k plus 1 whole square, that I am writing. After this I am writing here divided by 6. Listen to me. Can I say k plus 1 is a common from this and k plus 1 is common from this? Means what is the common here? K plus 1 is common. What remains? K, this k into 2k plus 1 plus 6 into 1 k plus 1 goes. k plus 1 whole square, but k plus 1, 1 k plus 1 I took outside. K plus 1 from this, k plus 1 from this, k plus 1 into k plus 1, k plus 1 whole square. 1 k plus 1 goes outside. Remains what? 6 into k plus 1. Yes. Divided by what we have? 6. Now k plus 1. This what happening? 2 into k. 2k square plus 2 into this k into 1 k plus 6k, 6 into k, 6k plus 6 into 1 6 divided by 6. Now k plus 1 2k square, k plus 6k, how many k? 7k plus 6 as it is divided by 6. Now 2k square plus 7k plus 6 divided by whole divided by 6. So we have to prove k plus 1. N is a, I need to prove k plus 1. I got n is a k plus 1. Instead of that getting n plus 1, I need to get k plus 1 plus 1. 2k plus 1. 2n plus 1 can be written as 2k plus 1 plus 1 divided by 6 you have to prove. So for that reason, this 2k square plus 7k plus 6 means 2 into 6, 12. That you have to factor it. This quadratic form you have to factor, you will get required form. So this continuous form I will take there. That I think you can, I hope you have done this second step. I will write here. Okay, now. See, it implies that k plus 1 is equal to 2k square 7k plus 6 means 2 into 6. How much? 12. 12 can be written as addition should get 12 and addition should get 7 and multiplication should get what? 12. So I can write 4 into 3. 4 into 3 is 12. 4 plus 3 is you can say 7. So k plus 1, this 2k square 7k can be written as 4k plus 3k. Plus 6. I think you have done in the 10th standard this factorization. That 6, 2 into 6 is 12. 12 can be multiplied as 4 into 3. Addition, multiplication should be 12. Addition should be 4 into 4 plus 3. What? 7. Now, k plus 1. 2k means, can I say 2k is common from these two? What is common? 2k is common. Or I can write like 2k is common. 2k common means what remains? K. Plus 2k common, what remains? Only 2. Listen here. 2k into k, 2k square. 2k into 2, 4k. Plus, from this 3 is common, no? 3 is common. 3 remains. 3 I can write. 3 common. K plus 3 into 2. 6. Listen here. What happened? Exactly. Listen to me. Nothing. I took 2k from this and 4k. 2k, 4k. 2k square plus 4k means I took 2k common from these two terms. Means I took 2k. 2k into k, 2k square plus 2 into 2, 4k. I took 3 common from these two. 3 is outside. 3 means 3 goes, only k remains. 3 into 2, 6. So what is now? K plus 1. Can I say this thing is common? K plus 2. K plus 2. K plus 2 is common. I will eliminate this because I need some space to write. Listen here. Now, what is a common? What is a common thing? K plus 2. K plus 2 common. Yes. Remains what? 2k plus this k plus 2, k plus 2 took outside. Remains what? 2k plus 3 divided by 6. Listen here now. How it is? N. Actually the given problem is what? It's RHS. N into n plus 1, 2n plus 1 divided by 6. N is what? K plus 1. Next n plus 1. Here I need k plus 1 plus 1. 2 can be written as 1 plus 1. 2k plus 3 means here 2 into k plus 1 I need, means I can write this is k plus 1. Instead of writing plus 2 I will write k plus 2 can be written as plus 1 and then 2k plus 3 can be written as, I will take one adjustment because we have to prove it is required form. When I am replacing n is k plus 1, I need to prove it is in the form of k plus 1. 3 can be replaced by 2 plus 1. 3 can be written as 2 plus 1 because I will take 2 common and in that case you will get simplified form. So now divided by 6. Then now I can say k plus 1 plus 1 what is the common here? 2 is a common from these two. 2 common remains what? K plus 1 already is there. Yes, I can say that whole divided by 6. Is it like n? Is it like n? Is it like n plus 1? This k plus 1 is considered as a n plus 1. Then 2n plus 1. 2n plus is like 2k plus 1. 2k plus 1 is what? 2 into n is a 2 into n is k plus 1 divided by 6. This is now it is in the required form. N is replaced by k plus 1 means I can say now this problem is true. P of k plus 1 is also true. Therefore it implies that hence the given statement is true for all natural number n belongs to capital N. This is the thing. It is like n. This is like n. I can say using color pencil. This is like n. This is like n. This is like n. N is replaced by what? K plus 1 divided by 6. Everything I shown in it is like n into n plus 1 to n plus 1 divided by 6. N is replaced by k plus 1. For that reason this is required same format. So we are saying this statement is true for k plus 1. Hence the given statement is true for n is equal to 1, n is equal to k, n is equal to k plus 1. For that reason I can say the given statement is true for all natural numbers. Nothing. So problem is some little bit lengthy, but it is not difficult. It is a procedure you have to follow correctly. You will get a required result. If it is not required form, try to take some little bit adjustment, like instead of writing 3 I wrote 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3 only. Then I took 2 common because I need to show it is in the form of k plus 1. Here k plus 1 instead of doing plus 2 I wrote 1 plus 1 because I need to show that n plus 1 is a k plus 1 plus 1. So 2 can be written as 1 plus 1 divided by 6. So n is like k plus 1 plus 1 2 into k plus 1 plus 1 divided by 6. When you prove this, you can say P of k plus 1 is also true. Hence the given statement is true for all natural numbers. Nothing here. The thing is the problems are some little bit lengthy because they are asking 5 marks questions. If it is 5 marks, definitely it will be some more steps. Only the thing is step 1 and step 2 are very easy. You will do it. There is no doubt. Only you bother about step 3. Means step 3 is what? Nothing. It is not difficult. Follow the thing and you have to identify which term you have to add on both the side. That is depend upon the last term of the given LHS. On the basis of if it is n last, n you can take k plus 1. N square you can take k plus 1 whole square. Whatever you have I will take as in the case of next problems. Okay, this is the procedure. Using this you have to prove. So you will get 5 marks. First problem is also important. This second problem is also important because in the case of exam you will get one of these all problem. One 5 marks question. So this is about first class. In the next consecutive class I will take next problems, means third, fourth, fifth I will take in the next class. Thank you.